And welcome back to Showcase Live, coming to a 2019 DeLand Sport Aviation Showcase. I'm Dave Shelby of the Showcase Live team. Got Mike Daniels, my fellow co-team leader, Brewer on the camera, and of course, you know, Tom Frick and Carl Valeri. They're off goofing around somewhere, but here we are at the Sport Aviation Showcase 2019, and we are in front of the WingBug booth, and my friend Brian Tittle. Brian, good to see you again, brother.
Good to see you, man.
We interact a lot on Facebook, but we only see each other at these events.
Absolutely.
So now, you are the president, CEO, and general poobah at WingBug. Tell me about WingBug.
Well, I have to clarify, I'm vice president of business development for the company. Alex Werlinski takes those leadership roles. No, not my company yet. No, I'm just kidding. No. But yeah.
Alex, he's kidding.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so I am. I'm the vice president of business development. Been on with them since we released the product here about 2 years ago. And we've seen a lot of growth and progress and a lot of great things going on with the WingBugs.
Well, let's start with the basics. WingBug. I mean, usually we take a cloth and we wipe bugs off of our wing, but sure, you want us to put a WingBug on our wing. What is the WingBug?
The WingBug is a portable pedostatic air data AHRS. So it has a pedostatic system on it, ports for angle of attack and side slip, and all the sensors inside, just like you'd have in any kind of high-dollar glass cockpit system, with gyroscope, magnetometer, accelerometer, inertial measurement unit. It has a GPS, it has ADS-B in, and then all that stuff talks through the inertial measurement unit and all the processors, and transmits that data by Wi-Fi into an iPad inside the cockpit. What that gives you then is a full 6-pack of instrumentation. So you have a digital version of 6-pack steam gauges. Also gives you angle of attack information, flight data recording, little notepad and so forth, which actually you can see down here that's on the iPad itself.
Well, wow, all of those instruments and everything, it must be incredibly difficult to mount all of that on your. How do I go about this? What do we got? Cables and power and everything else? How do I put this in?
You know, actually, there's no cables, there's no wires. It has a lithium-ion battery, so it's all 12-hour battery life. All you do is push a button and turn it on and off. As far as mounting it to the airplane, we've actually partnered with a company called FlightFlix, which you might know from their GoPro camera mounts and other stuff they've done. They've actually worked with us and built us a custom mount just for the WingBug. So as you can see here on this strut example we have, you can actually mount to the strut of an aircraft, of a strutted airplane. You can mount to the tie-down ring if you want. You can mount to a strut brace, to a surface mount, and experimental guys are kind of doing their own thing and building something if they want to mount it on there that way. So it's real simple to do.
So wait a second, well, you're telling me that all of my 6-pack gauges, everything that's in there, is all coming from one little self-contained unit?
That's exactly what it is. This is what condensed in a size of what all the glass cockpits have been over the years. It's the same technology, it's the same stuff that's in here. We've just figured out how to bring it down to a lightweight aerodynamic platform that can be portable and take it from airplane to airplane. Years ago, Alex decided he wanted something that he could have backup for instruments and so forth, and not have to worry about failures and have the redundancy in there, and that's where this all came from.
So this is strictly a backup unit. I still have to have all of my instruments in my airplane?
For GA aircraft, it's considered a redundancy system because you can't use it because it's not certified. But for experimental aircraft, a lot of people are actually using this as a primary source of instrumentation. We suggest having other redundancy in there as well, as like an old, like a steam gauge or something like that. But you can rely on this for your primary in an experimental aircraft.
So if I've got a basic aircraft, say I've got an old Cub that doesn't really have an electrical system or anything, I'm flying needle, stick, and ball, the WingBug will give me the same as a glass cockpit.
That's exactly what it does. And we have a lot of Cub guys that have WingBugs so they can have the instrumentation in the back seat as well, because they can't see over their student in the flaps or whatever the problem is they're trying to overcome. So it gives them that extra thing. It's totally independent of the airplane systems. So it's, again, self-powered. The iPad is self-powered. You don't have to have an electrical system on the aircraft. And we've got several aircraft out there now without electrical systems that have WingBugs.
And so I charge up the WingBug, I charge up my iPad, I go to my airplane, strap it on the strut or whatever my hard point is, and I'm ready to, I turn the WingBug on, I turn on my iPad, and I'm ready to rock. How long, what's the battery life on that WingBug itself?
It'll last at least 12 hours. Yeah, we've tested it on and on and on, and it lasts at least 12 hours, and we're about ready to put a new charge into it.
All right. So now show me a little bit more about what the WingBug does for maybe we've got some non-flying viewers there.
Well, let me refer to the iPad here. I hope it shows okay on your screen. I'll pick it up here. So it gives you a full six-pack, a digital six-pack of information. So this is the same steam gauges that a lot of us older guys are used to seeing in airplanes. We are actually in development with the artwork of having the ribbon view as well. And that's just the next iteration we're going to do with the app. But you have an airspeed indicator that you can change from mile per hour to knots. You have the artificial horizon that can be caged just like an artificial horizon in the aircraft. You have a barometric altimeter that can be changed just like any barometric altimeter in your airplane, and you can even calibrate it to match the altimeter in your airplane, because we don't know for sure if your altimeter is correct, but that's what you're used to flying with. So you can adjust it to that. Your turn and ball coordinator that you're familiar with, the compass, which is both magnetic and GPS, as a VSI. And then, of course, we have a little ability to have a notepad on as well, so you can bring up the keypad and type in the information you want to type in. This is your angle of attack. So when you actually are hooked up to a WingBug, you see one light, and as your angle of attack changes, so does this to get you up to an area that you know you're getting close to stall. And then the side slip is kind of just like a lateral angle of attack as well.
So you've taken the entire, and again, six-pack are the six primary flight display, primary instruments in an aircraft. You've taken all of the sensors and everything that needs to be in this to power this six-pack and put it in one little package like that in the WingBug. All portable, self-contained, battery-powered, 12-hour battery life, which I was shocked. When you said 12 hours, I was like, wow, because I'm thinking it might 3-4 hours on a battery doing all of that work. And obviously your iPad is life, which everybody knows about those. Now, I mean, what is a unit like this?
Right now at the show, it's $850. I will tell you, this is the last time the price of the show. We've been doing a lot of technological advancements with the WingBug. In the first of the year, we're going to be bringing up a little bit on our website. However, some of our retailers who we're really trying to get people to go do business with, such as Chief Aircraft, Wix, and then Aero Phoenix is going to be distributing for us as well, we believe. That price is going to be a little bit less through them. We'd rather you go buy from our retailers than buy from our website anyway. But right now you get it on our website at $950. It's going to go up to about $1,350 at the beginning of the year.
Wow! So this is
the mountain. That's going to include the mount and so forth. Right now that price is without the mount and shipping.
And what do you get? I mean, this is a pretty cool looking mount here. Tell me about the mount itself.
So again, as I said, Ryan at FlightFlix actually custom designed the mount that works with the WingBug. The red part here that attaches to it and to the ball connection here. And then this goes with all of his mount bases that he has for his action camera mounts. And it just attaches to a dovetail. So like for this particular strut mount, it's a stainless steel band that wraps around. It's a long band and you cut it down and you just tighten it here, and it's a very firm support on the strut of the aircraft. And then this attaches to it either with a thumb screw, or you can actually use a hex head screw with a lock nut, and that holds it in place. We always suggest that if you're not hanging your airplane, don't leave the WingBug on there because somebody else is going to want it. So take it with you, and the thumb screw makes that real quick and easy, and it's very stable on the aircraft.
Now, I am a little familiar with it. Roy seems to have a question over here.
You said you're going to change the software a little bit to get ribbon on there instead of just a six-pack. Is that going to require any changes in ordering anything, or is it just application only?
It's only going to be within the app, so it's going to be seamless for the customer. And they have a choice of having either one. They can actually have the six-pack, or they can have the ribbon view, whichever they choose for that given day. And we're not going to charge any extra for that. This is all part of our development growth that we're doing.
Great. Now, I was playing naive about it. I'm familiar with the WingBug. We've interviewed you last year. I've been following you guys since you came out. There's another product on the market. I won't bash your competitor or anything. I won't even name your competitor. But tell me how the WingBug differs from the competitor that you have on the market.
Okay. The other device that's currently out there, as you see, this has a pitot tube. Okay, it has a tube stick out. Every aircraft that has a pitot system has a pitot tube. That other device has a round area on the front. It's not really a true pitot tube system. They have a little thing on the back that apparently spins around and supposedly makes it self-running and self-powering. It's a mechanical part. It spins. Things that are mechanical and spin, I have potential for failure. They're doing some other stuff that is just a little bit different than we are. Again, like you, I don't want to get into that, but we see them as just another product that's out there. And honestly, it's brought a lot of attention to the WingBug and a lot of sales for WingBug.
Great. So now you're here, you're at the show. If somebody is coming down to Showcase, they can come find you here inside the exhibit tent. If somebody's watching this on our YouTube feed or our Facebook page, how do they find you on the web, or how do they get if they're not coming here?
They can find us at www.wingbug.com. That's our website, and it's updated all the time, and they can go in there and purchase a WingBug if they want to do it that way.
All right, Brian, always good to see you, brother. You got anything you want to add before we take off here? We got we got to be popular like you, and now we're busy, so I can't spend a bunch of time with people. And there's no BD5 part here to yak about. So yeah. So anything you want to add before we go?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Dave. It's been great. We're glad. We're excited about the growth. We came out 2 years ago with a product. We've been continuing to do beta growth, and we're having a great time with it. We've got a lot of great things coming in the future with WingBug. We've got some companies come to us that talk about us maybe working with them for their nav apps and stuff. So that's stuff to be seen in the future. A lot of positive growth. We're really excited about the DeLand show here. I want to add that in there. By the way, it is our home base. So I'm a little biased in my opinion, but I think it's a fantastic field. I'm excited to see the growth of the Sport Aviation Village here, and I think it's going to be really, really great.
Well, actually, you've touched on something. I'm going to take a couple minutes longer here. Tell me about the Sport Aviation Village and your impression of what they're doing here.
We've needed a location in the southeast for sport flying. Sport flying is a growing industry. It's a lot of fun. It's affordable for a lot of people, especially experimental aircraft. Gives you a lot of versatility in what you can do. I've become a big fan of experimental aircraft. And I'm really excited to see the focus that DeLand has put on this here. I've gotten to know the folks at the airport, Jana and John, those folks here at the airport. The village that they're working on expanding down here. We may even put a hangar there ourselves. We're looking at doing that also. And I think it's really going to be a great focal point. We've lost the show in South Florida for many years, and my hope is that this really becomes the mecca for sport aviation. We need that. The weather here most of the time is conducive to flying, but like anywhere else, that changes periodically. But the fact of the matter is, it's just a fantastic place to fly, and it's an old military base. It's got good long runways and wide runways, and for guys and girls that aren't necessarily precise in their landings, you got a lot of room to make corrections. And we've got a great restaurant here at the airport. They got a new administration building. It's just fun to watch the growth and what it's been doing, and I get a lot of positive compliments about the field when I talk to people about it here.
Great, and I understand that there's going to be some more sport pilot training here, which, folks, you want to stick around. We're going to wrap this interview and jump right back into another live interview in a couple of minutes here with our friends at the Sport Pilot Training Center here in Sport Aviation Village. Brian, WingBug, thank you so much, brother. It's always a pleasure to see you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And for Showcase Live, I'm Dave Shellbetter with Roy Brewer behind the camera. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.